When a child has a tantrum, what is your reaction? Hi, my name is Evette Rose and welcome to today's topic. We're going to be talking a little bit about toddler tantrums. But just very quickly, briefly, who am I? My name is Evette Rose and I'm going to be your host here for today's video. And I'm also best known for having written this big book called Metaphysical Anatomy, which is psychosomatic stress behind ailment 679 actually for adults. And yes, we have the kids version as well. So if you have kids, your ancestry is talking. Are you listening? Psychosomatics for them as well and their ailments. Now let's dive a little bit into what is your reaction when your child has a tantrum. Well, I feel powerless. And then we start to feel angry or frustrated. Now here's what I learned from my child's tantrums, especially when she was 2 years old. And we all know that it's not the easiest transition for a child or the parent. So my first initial reaction during a tantrum was to feel just absolutely, completely out of control, awkward, and completely, quite frankly, inadequate. She was also my first child, so this reaction tends to be very common amongst first-time parents. Because, listen, you don't know what to expect, and no matter how prepared you think you are, there's always going to be these little disclosures that's just never mentioned when you become a parent. And you have to figure it out along the way. Now, question here also. Have you noticed that when you get angry in life, just generally speaking, there's a deep part of us that feels that we're not in control or powerful in that given moment. Now, toddler tantrums put us right in that same position all over again. Now this time the source of it is right in front of us and then we don't know how to make it stop. So let's just briefly break this down because this is a very important part to understand. Because a state of anger and frustration means that we feel unresourceful, right? We feel stripped of a solution or an inadequate emotional response from within. And the more stressed you are, the more likely you're going to lose your cool with the child as well, right? Because your nervous system is already fried and fragile. Number one, when a child screams, it's actually designed to hit a nerve. And I almost mean like literally, right? Your nervous system is sensitively wired to your child's scream. And I'm sure that you've noticed that. Secondly, no one likes to feel inadequate. Deep down, it triggers incompetency and even more deep shame from maybe our past during moments where we didn't know how to act or react to certain situations. Maybe we failed at something and you were shamed for it or criticized or judged for it. And then thirdly, we don't always know how to handle the challenge we're facing. Normally, because maybe we're just so exhausted. No one feels resourceful when they're tired, and I don't either. Right? So we end up feeling conscious or subconscious disappointment within ourselves. And how do we overcome this ankle deep sinking feeling? Listen, it's hard to feel disappointed if your mindset is shifted towards learning. It's hard to feel disappointed in yourself or the situation if your mindset is shifted towards learning. This is what I learned. So instead of feeling pushed up against a wall by a child, become curious how this can be resolved. This immediately puts you into a solution-oriented mindset. Because people who are solution-oriented, they don't see problems, they only see solutions, a situation in which a solution does exist. Disappointment means that you feel there is no solution. But the good news is there is. Now, number 4, what helps me to shift my tension and frustration from my body is also to actually immediately tighten. So here's what I do. I actually stand there and I would like tighten my arms, my legs, my back, but in a way so that, Zaya can't really see it. So I just, whatever position I'm in, I'm just like tighten everywhere, like as much as I possibly can. And then I release it. And this immediately helps me to release a lot of built up stress and cortisol, especially in the muscles, because when you feel angry, we go into fight state, fight and flight. Right? That means cortisol is moving through the muscles. This energy needs to go somewhere. And I have found for me personally that this is a fantastic way to release that. And the fifth and last step that's also might be very, very helpful for you is to take a deep breath through your mouth, as deep as you can, just one, and hold it as long as you can. And then exhale it out the nose. This soothes the vagus nerve and also the amygdala, which is our panic button. So just a simple breath, just and hold it as long as you can, and it has to be out the nose, right? So exhale out the nose. This also decreases your stress and your need to have an outburst by at least 40-50%. So there you have it, and parents, you're doing great. So guys, there you have it. Also remember to subscribe to my channel, stay up to date, and also I have a free MAC membership website where we have so many courses up there. There's meditations, there's workshops, whatever you need, it's there. There's so many wonderful webinar replays as well that you can benefit from and also to observe and to learn from. Guys, also remember that I have written 18 books. 18, 1-8. And one of many among them are Metaphysical Anatomy and Psychosomatics for Children. So this one is a Psychosomatics for adults. This one is a Psychosomatics for kids. So these books are super popular. People love it. If you want to learn more about how your body works, understanding messages behind it, maybe you have that gnawing pain or maybe an ailment that's surfacing and you want to understand what is it that your body is trying to tell you. Guys, these books are going to be absolutely invaluable to you. You can find it at evettebooks.com, where you will also find all my other 18 books. And guys, also remember to keep asking all these great questions. I love to answer your questions at Ask Evette, where we discuss life conundrums and life challenges, and just answer questions perhaps where you feel quite stuck in your life. I would love to share my perspective with this and to help you to resolve perhaps certain pain points that you might be having in your life as well. So guys, remember to stay in touch. There's so many great things that's happening, and also something really awesome is that this book is already also in video format. So imagine 679 medical elements in video format, and with meditations and healing courses, workshops, masterclasses, everything behind that in our platinum membership site. So guys, remember to check that out. There is so many great things happening there. So see you there.